Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about a comment that was left on my YouTube channel, There's a comment left on the channel regarding my previous video, why you don't resolve yourself. You're invited to check that out. Of course, the comment comes from somebody saying, if we accept ourselves as we are now, how do we improve? Put another way, if we are in the now, where does improvement come from? Great. I'm glad you commented. I do believe that you have pointed at an assumption that many people have about getting conscious or self-acceptance. And I want to bring that to light and, if I can, destroy it, because I think holding on to this assumption will keep you back from getting more conscious or hold you back from the stuff you're looking for in trying to get more conscious. So essentially, let's see if I can break it down here. If we accept ourselves as we are now, how do we improve? And the assumption goes something like this. It's really stupid to assume this, by the way. And here's why. It's something like, it's basically what you said. If I accept myself the way I am, why would I want to change anything? Because I would be totally okay the way that I am. See? And it's just false, because if you... Let me see here. What can I say about this? If I accept myself the way that I am, why would I change? Because now there's no reason to change. Bullshit. You can accept yourself the way you are fully, and then also notice about the way you are, I want to be different, and then change it. And accept that you are somebody that wants to change the way you are. And change it. You can accept. You see, it's like, I'm trying to hit the nail on the head as like what this assumption is. It's like what do you need? The only reason to change is because you need to be shitty the way you are, and you can't accept the way you are, and that will all right. It's like I need to have an unacceptance of the way that I am in order to be motivated to change. And if I accept myself the way I am, I won't be motivated to change. And then there's the hidden assumption there with motivation. I probably did a video on motivation, and I hear it in what people say. It's like, I'm just not motivated. I don't have motivation. I can't. It's essentially like, I don't feel drawn to do it, as if the being drawn to do it comes from some external source. There it is. Pretty sure. Okay? I want to change, and it has to come from outside me. And if I don't have some feeling of like motivation, whatever the hell that is, we don't know what that is. You might want to take a look at what motivation actually is. See? Like experientially, not what people say about motivation, but like what you actually experience when you're motivated versus not. And how is that built, maybe? If it doesn't come from outside me, I can't do it. And I call bullshit on that, because why? Well, that feeling of motivation is something you're doing already anyway. Or not motivation is also something you're doing that. Where do you think that comes from? If you think that it has to come from some external source, you are in trouble. So, which is why I replied to the comment. Essentially, you see, and for the commenter, good. I'm glad you brought this up, because I want to tell people about this blockade. It's a hidden blockade that people live within. We call that a belief, and it holds them back. See, it's like then if I accept myself, and okay, hang on, Brendan. I'm going a little fast here. If we accept ourselves as the way we are now, how do we improve? I was going to say with the commenter, thanks for commenting, because if we don't address these things, people don't realize that they've got it going on, and then they're stuck. So it helps people get unstuck. So I'm saying, as I may rant along, the comment is appreciated. Okay. Oh, right. Which is why I commented to the gentleman here. If we are in the now, where does improvement come from? You. You, dummy. Who else? Who else? Real you. Not the one you think you are, the one you are. See? Your being. But that's a word. I mean you. Okay? Where does it come from? It comes from you. You create it. You make it up. Real. And then there's another one. You see, yeah, but I can't make it up. I can't. See? Okay, good. But if you, so then perhaps it reveals a lack of consciousness on the matter. If you're not conscious of the one you are, you won't know that you're already creating this, maybe. It'll seem like it's just happening to you or something like that. Or like, this is just the way I am. It's like, no, that's what you're doing. You see? You've just been doing it so well and so strongly for so long that it's immovable. And that's another story, which we do workshops. Hashtag plug, check my website, navigate my website, come to a workshop. We work on this for real. You can check it out. For real. Anyway. Okay, so where are we at with our work? So you have this going on. One of the things I like to bring up with this... Oh, no. Stay on topic. So if you have something going on where it's like, if I accept myself, the quick version, if I accept myself the way that I am, I won't be motivated to change. Bullshit. Why? Because you can, I already said it, you can accept yourself the way you are, and then notice that there's something you want to change, and then want to change it. Why? Why not? Why change then? Why not change then? Same argument. You could do either. See, that's more in the direction of like being free. You can change or not change. You can be ambitious. I accept myself the way that I am, and I'm choosing ambition. This points to the problem that I see. It's like people remain stuck based on an assumption, and they think that if they then accept themselves, then they're not going to do anything in life. The reality is you can do whatever the fuck you want in life. I mean, within physics reasons, you see, you can do whatever. You can be ambitious, you can not. You could want to create wealth, you could not. You could, be a dancer. You could be a drunkard. You could be whatever you want to do, you can do. It's within the realm of possibility to do these things. And I think, as I'm speaking, perhaps there's an added layer of, if people don't feel driven to change or driven to do the thing, like a need, like an internal feeling of excitement needs to accompany that which you do, perhaps, or an internal desire for something in the future. If I don't have this, like, I gotta have that, if that feeling is gone, then maybe I just won't do anything. That's a thought you're having now from a perspective, perhaps, of non-acceptance of the way you are. And maybe this is another aspect that I have seen where people are putting up a fuss, perhaps putting the cart before the horse. They're doing that, or they're coming up with this excuse or that bullshit from a place of, I don't accept myself. What will happen if I do? And you don't know. So here's another thing you could do with that. Just scratch the whole thing, fucking do it now, accept yourself the way you are now, and then see what happens. You can go back to not accepting yourself. You see, I can accept myself the way that I am. I can reject myself the way that I am. What? You got options, so screw it. All right? And I can assure you, if you accept yourself the way you are going to immediately be a lot happier. And you can change stuff. And you can go do things. And you can whatever. Positive, negative. You have positive and negative options in the world, period. Good and bad. They don't exist without one another, so screw it. You might as well accept yourself and then go from there. All right? Yeah, I have a strong desire to destroy these assumptions. It looks like they get in the way. And what you're fighting for, what you're really fighting for with the comment, right? Or if you have this assumption going on, what are you really saying? You're really saying, I want to keep not accepting myself. Not realizing that hurts probably. And also not realizing that it's like, what is this self that you're not accepting? You probably don't even know what it is. So you've got like an assumption based on ignorance and then a conclusion about what you should do about the assumption based on ignorance, and it just looks like it's a reality for you. And then there's, what goes along with that? A fear reaction, a hesitancy to move toward acceptance, and or a flat-out rejection of the idea. And all of that is something you just made up, again, born out of ignorance. Like you don't know what you're talking about. You don't understand. It's like a whoops, I have to go down this road. Why? Have you ever questioned why you would even think that thought in the first place? Like, why would you even have the thought to make that comment? Like, where did the thought come from? What structure of your mind is that based on, kind of thing? You see? And then, as you've probably guessed by now, if you watch a lot of my videos, that's what we do. We take a look at stuff. You look into it. Discover what's really going on there. And you might find some stuff that is like, oh, I'm just doing a bunch of shit, really. And it keeps me limited. It keeps me not free. It keeps me not accepting myself. It keeps me from doing the things I really want to do. Whatever. And it's like all of this is in the way. It's all made up. And it's all unnecessary. Who's it made up by? Who's it made up by? You. Why? Who knows? Find out. And you might discover something. You might discover something powerful. You might discover ways of showing up that it's like, oh my God, why would I even do that to myself? Like sometimes people will be in here, again, workshops, check my website, Navigate, come to a workshop, yeah? They'll be struggling with themselves, and I see it's like they're beating themselves up. How do I know about people beating themselves up, I've never done that myself. No. And I see the amount of pain they're in. And I say, stop beating yourself up. Don't treat my friends like that. You don't get to treat you like that. Take it easy on yourself, huh? What are you doing with that? What are you really doing with that? And the linchpin, the thing that keeps it all together is you think you need it. You think you need, say, to beat yourself up. You think you need to hold on to this unacceptance because if you lose that, if you don't do that, something bad's going to happen. And then you'll turn into a slob. You'll never do anything again. You'll die. What? And then all of that is just, if you want to get rid of this or confront the need in you to continue in that way. There's like likely a strong drive to have that be the case. I can't accept myself. Why? I need to reject me, kind of thing. There's a need. Notice and recognize the need in your experience and confront it. And you'll start to reveal more of the mechanism that like locks that stuff into place. And the need usually runs in the background, like a feeling. I need it. Start questioning, well, what is need? What is need about? And what is that specific need? See, that's a word. Need, the sound need is not the feeling I'm talking about. Okay? So you discover what that's really about, and that might also lead you to some freedom. But you don't know until you check it out, really. I mean, really. You have to do that. Okay? So, about the comment. If we accept ourselves as we are now, how do we improve? You improve by improving. You do it. Put another way, if we are in the now, where does improvement come from? You. And to take it a step further, you aren't in the now ever. Oh shit, Brendan, what did you do? Well, I'm just taking it a step further, okay? This now business, you don't actually see now. You can't. Sight relies on, like what you generally refer to as seeing. Do you see movement? That's because you are taking what's happening now and referencing it to something that happened. And you do that really fast, by the way. Ridiculously fast. You aren't actually now. You are lagging behind, perhaps. See? In order to recognize movement, you have to have a past. And then also, while the movement happens, you also extrapolate where it's going, and that happens now, but that's future. You see, but in order to even recognize the movement itself, you have to refer the current perception to some memory of what happened, which is totally dominating what you experience right now. So you don't actually see what is now. You see what was versus, same with hearing. You cannot understand me without referencing some past association of meaning, and you've locked in your memory what these things mean, and you string sounds together to be See, what did you think? Hear-int. See, coherent. You string all the sounds together and it makes one thing, and again, that's based on your past. So, just messing around, okay, with reality. If we are in the now, where does improvement come from? Well, I already told you, it comes from you. And you don't actually live in the now. Now, maybe you are already now. But if you're not conscious of that, it's a speculation. Real now, for real. That is something you could become conscious of. Again, we do workshops about that. Come check them out. Contemplation Intensive is what you're looking for there. Navigate my website. Check it out. They're very serious. That one's very serious. Okay? So, just playing around. Thank you for commenting. All right? Use the video to further your work. Use the video to help reveal where you're stuck, and use it to help push you to investigate and consider these matters. All right? Because again, probably like a broken record, as you continue, the videos, if the videos are held to the standard of you actually grasping something for yourself, they're a useful pointer, but that's about it. If the videos are relegated to entertainment only, you're entertained, great, you have entertainment. That does nothing, really. And in this work that I'm doing here with you on the videos, it's like my intent is for you to get something, not just dick around with watching a video, which takes work. So, the video. Anyway, you get my drift there. I want you to get something for yourself, for real. And most of what's going on is entertainment, usually on YouTube or when people are putting out content. And it can easily, right. This is why I'm saying this. It can easily slip into just entertainment. You need to put in the work, and no video will do that for you. Again, where does it come from? Where does it come from? You. You got to do it. And I'm taking a stand for that, and I want you to do it for you. Because, hey, there's some interesting stuff to discover. All right? So cool. Thanks again for the comment. I'm glad to work with you. I'm Brendan Lee. I'm in support of consciousness and skill worldwide. If you want to get serious, check my website, Navigate. We do workshops here. I work closely with Peter Ralston. I also have a new monthly Zoom meetup. If you want to do work with me and are curious, I do Zoom calls once a month, except for months where we're doing workshops. And they are there to support you in your work, support you in your conscious growth. And that's what I am up to there on Zoom. So check my website, Navigate. Join the forum. The forum, you can ask questions. It helps me create content for you, and it helps me also keep working. And other than that, have a great day or night or whatever, whenever you're watching this. Drop me a comment, email me, whatever. Okay? Much love. Take care. I'm Brendan Lee. Till next time. Ciao.